Hey YouTube, it's SoulPrime13 again, and this is going to be another sort of what-if video talking about Transformers 1 and sort of a scenario that wasn't really covered in the movie, but I was kind of thinking about the other day. And so it has to do with the Transformers leaving Cybertron and traveling to Earth. And why I thought this was kind of interesting to bring up is because in the Transformers 1 movie, the energon had stopped because the Matrix had been, taken back by Primus essentially, and it started flowing again when Orion became Optimus and received the Matrix. And the what if quote question I sort of want to throw out there is, why did it stop? What caused it to stop to the point where they had to leave the planet? Now, there are definitely a few different options for this, and probably most people are going to point to at least what I think people would point to is Megatron poisoning the planet core with dark energon, because I feel in the context of the movie that makes the most sense. Given, that there are, some other options, maybe, the planet just received too much damage from the war and the energon production stopped. There is, some things along those lines that could possibly work. But I wanted to go into a really left field kind of scenario. And I wanted to talk about what if the reason the energon stopped is because something Optimus did sort of maybe Primus took some issue with something Optimus did, or maybe the Transformers as a whole. Maybe the war as a whole really left a bad taste in Primus's mouth, and maybe, who knows, maybe he decided to pull a Noah's Ark and be like, you know what, I'm just gonna scrap the whole thing and start over. And decided to stop the energon, and the Transformers would slowly start scrounging for energy, dying off, going into stasis, so many things. And I wondered about that. Is there any sort of situation in which Orion or Optimus could have really messed up so badly that Primus would have been like, okay, we're done here? And it's unlikely, but it's not necessarily impossible, because there's been a lot more versions of Optimus over the last 10 years or so that have been naive or inexperienced, have made some improper decisions, and he's never really done anything so bad that anyone would really look at him and say he's evil, unless maybe you're a Decepticon. But what if he did make a really big goof? He messed up so bad that for some reason the energon stopped flowing. And again, I don't think this is very likely, because if it was really that bad, he would probably lose the Matrix itself, not just the energon stop flowing. But I really wanted to just throw this what if idea out there, and I don't have any specific really scenarios that I can think of that would really be that bad. Because again, I really do think it would just be like Megatron poisoning the core, like he did in the War for Cybertron's game. But I still wanted to jot this down in a little video format and throw it out there. A lot of people seem to like my last Transformers 1 video, and I didn't want to just throw another one out there for nothing, and I wanted to come up with at least an interesting idea, and I felt like this qualified. But yeah, maybe there was something Optimus did. Maybe it was just the war had dragged on so long that Primus was like, well, I gotta start this whole thing over. We gotta start from scratch. Who knows? It's really hard to say exactly what brought the Transformers home to the cold, dead state in Transformers 1, and unfortunately, unless we get a sequel that spells it out for us, we may never know. But I thought that this would be an interesting little idea to throw out there. And I hope you guys have some interesting ideas. I'd love to hear your comments. Do you think it was the war? Do you think Optimus, just did something that really messed things up that badly? Or do you think it's, the most likely scenario that, Megatron poisoned the planet again? Or do you have some other ideas, I'd love to hear what you think it might have been. I'm definitely down to hear other people's ideas. But I think that's all for now. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. And this is Soul Prime 13 saying transform and soul out.